So anyhow, DuPont, as a safety company, that they studied over 40,000 injuries. Less than 1% were accidents. About 18% were unsafe conditions, and the rest were, well, guess what? Employees being employees. So let me ask you this. Where is most loss control efforts from an insurance company focused when they come in and give you a nice little write-up as to what you should address, after their visit? The physical hazard, slip, trips, falls. She nailed it. Hey, you're good. So the point is, that's what you need to understand what's going on. Also, DuPont went on and said that probably half or more of those unsafe conditions could have been prevented if the employees would have taken care of it before it or notified somebody to make a change. So, safety. It is an attitude from the top down and the bottom up. If you don't show that you care about your employees and make sure safety is a priority, what do you think they do? They don't care. So if the first thing you start off, and my recommendation is any employee meeting, you start it off with, hello, let's talk about safety. To give you an idea, anybody familiar with Paul O'Neill, former treasurer of the United States? Prior to that, he was the CEO of Alcoa. When he was becoming the CEO, all the experts said he was going to expand, acquire. Anybody want to venture a guess what he did when he stepped up to the mic? He says, we're going to improve our safety. So Alcoa was already better than industry average, but he said, we're going to improve safety. And everybody's like, well, wait a minute, what about this, what about that? He said, nah, we're just going to improve safety. Right now we're going to focus on safety. He basically proved that the safest way of doing something is the most productive way of doing something. By creating clear lines of communication so that the employees can notify them potential issues. The fact that the lines of communication, if you had a lost time claim, the CEO of Alcoa had to have the accident investigation report on his desk by the next day, anywhere in the world. Talking about freeing up lines of communication. Alcoa went off to soar. He goes off to become the treasurer. New guy comes in, is focusing on all these different things, and look where Alcoa is today. So it does do a lot for you. Hiring. Gary over there was talking about hiring. I know you need to get physicals for the drivers. My suggestion is you go a little step further and make sure that, yes, they, but do they have other previous conditions that the doctor can say that they may or may not be able to do their job. This is even more important with regards to your mechanics, because it's amazing how many times we do that. Okay, other than your drivers, because obviously you have to do pre-employment and post-accident and random drug testing for your drivers. How many of you do that for the rest of your employees? Good, good, good. Personality testing. I've become a big proponent. Anybody do personality testing?
We do, but only managers.
Only managers. Yeah, it's, how should I put this? We're not testing to see if they actually have a personality, but we're testing to see what isn't their core beliefs. So, are they autonomous, which means they're kind of independent, they're going to help you. But do they understand they need to do things in a timely fashion? Or do they have, I'll get to it when I get to it. You just understand what the core is, because they could become a problem. And based on certain personality traits, you might have somebody that is more likely to become a distracted driver.